Alright, what's up, yo? It's your boy Darren Travis, aka D Trav. Welcome back to another episode of Knicksatnitetv. Today we got a special guest here. But before that, let's get into this intro, baby.
Spotting up for the three or a quick pass behind your back. Block your man out the paint when you crash the balls. 5 seconds on the clock, so it's time to score. You better step up your game. There's no bigger place than the Garden. You officially on the biggest stage. Hit him with the cross or the fade away. Let him know it's not a game that you came to play. It's time to rep for the city. New York is the Mecca. Anybody come in our house, you gotta check them. Can't forget legends like Walt or King. PE in the paint or Starks from 3. Melo had the Garter rocking when he joined the team. The future looking right for our next regime. With our 2 cornerstones, RJ and Mitch, watching Knicks at night. New York Knicks. I keep hearing New York that and New York this. Nobody run New York like the New York Knicks.
We got a special guest here today. My boy Japhet McNeil. I told you guys, man, I always bring the guys with the blue checks. I'm not talking about blue checks on social media, but blue checks in real life, baby. In New York City, he's solidified. You want to introduce yourself? Like I said, this Japhet, basketball player from New York City, took his talents over to Germany. But tell the people a little bit something about yourself. You know, introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me, Derrick, bro. That's love, man. I'm Japhet from Brooklyn, New York. I'm 12-year professional. Now living in Germany, and at the time, I'm also a German American. I got my German passport, and I just use basketball as a tool rather than the basketball using me. So coming out of Christ the King High School, like I said, I had a fortunate career. It could have been anybody else, but it was me. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the time, and I'm just thankful for Darren for having me and chopping it up today, man.
Right. So we can start right there, boy. You already started with the transition right there, talking about Christ the King High School. For those of you that don't know, that's in Queens, New York, right? My man took his talents to the next borough, but then he dominated on the high school level. So tell them how you started basketball and what got you to Christ the King and your whole journey from Brooklyn to Queens and all of that.
I've been hooping since a young jit, man. I've been out there since my mom was having me on her shoulders, like trying to reach the rim, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I always loved basketball from the rip.
Fact.
I played a little baseball, but it was basketball for me, man. So I've been hooping for since 4, bro. 5. But I started getting serious 7, you know what I mean? So after a while, I played for CYO. Back in the days, it was CYO BCBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is where it was at. It was AAU, but it was either Gauchos or Riverside. I lived in Brooklyn. I ain't had no car. We ain't had no car. We wasn't going over there, all the way over there. So we had to figure it out. So I went to a program called St. Vincent Ferrer. So when I went to St. Vincent Ferrer, I was making noise. And we started, we actually had a CYO team playing in Little Panthers tournament, AAU tournament. So we played against Rifles. We played against Gauchos, Riverside, but we was a CYO team. And I was dogging all of them. So at the time, I started making noise, and the head coach of Christ the King heard about me. And next thing you know, I'm in 4th grade, and I see the head coach at my game. I'm like, this is the first time I ever see it. First of all, we in the hood. St. Vincent is in Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Fact.
You got a white man of 60 years old just sitting there watching you, and they they coming for you. So I'm like, oh, for real? This is it. This is how it goes. And that's how I got to Christ the King. He offered, I probably had 40.
Mm-hmm.
I was in 4th grade. And next thing you know, he just said, "There's no way that you're not coming to Christ the King, man." And I didn't believe him because I was in 4th grade. I had 5th, 6th. I had to go to junior high school. I had to go to puberty. You know what I'm saying?
So they recruited you from way back then.
Way back, bro. I've been had a scholarship in 4th grade to go to school. And
Facts. For those of those people that don't know about Christ the King High School, because I go in there, when I go in there, I see all the plaques on the wall and all the NBA form. Tell them about some of the players that touched there before you got there.
Oh man, the list is the list is crazy, bro. You know the lineup. Okay, just to go off the top of the head, we got Lamar Odom,
Mm-hmm.
we got Steve Claxton, Eric Barkley. We had Jason Williams, the rebounder from the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
We had big time overseas guys: Wendell Alexis, Khalid Reed, Derek Phelps. You want to go with the young generation? Riley Alkins,
Mm-hmm.
Irv Walker. It could go on, man.
Facts.
We can go on, bro.
Facts.
We can just keep going on.
And
Jose Alvarado, the kid from Memphis that's at Memphis right now, the freshman that's supposed to be a big time. Musa something.
Okay.
Yo, it's legendary for for college.
And who we got right here? Christ the King, Japhet McNeil. That's who we talking about, baby. So, yes, sir. So tell them about your experience at Christ the King, what you got there, the numbers you put up, the experience you went through.
I was the guard after Omar Cook, right? So if people don't know Omar Cook was very, very dominant. You know what I mean? It was there was All-American his year. It was Tyreek Brown, Andre Barrett, and Omar Cook. Omar Cook was a senior. I was a freshman. My next year, I was supposed to play varsity.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in after Omar Cook. Big shoes to fill, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I'm seeing Eric. I seen Speedy coming at school talking to camp. So the pressure is like this. It's either it's gonna make diamonds or your pipe gonna burst. It's either or.
Right.
So that for me was the challenge. I'm not gonna be the one that be after this guy, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not happy with him. And then like I said, the scholarship was from 4th grade, so I had to put up. It was you had to put up. It was paying for my tuition. You know what I mean? Everything you got to put up. So at an early age, I was dealing with it. I had to deal with it.
Facts. So when you finally stepped on that court, you put up some numbers there, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, I did great over there. I scored 1,000 points. I'm probably top 10 in scoring all time, and I know I'm top 5 in all assists all time.
Mm-hmm.
And amongst the names, amongst them big names, I'm there. So my final year as a senior, like I said, I played varsity my sophomore, junior, senior year. My final year as a senior, I was top 5 players in the city, all city, not CHSA, not just that. I'm talking about the top 5 players in the city. Daily News. Sebastian got Player of the Year over me. We was the final two. Some of the names that was top 5 that year. It was Gary Forbes, Sebastian Telfair, Louis McCrowski, Shagari Aline, and Chris Taft.
Mm-hmm.
Out of them, we named 3 NBA players.
Facts. That's what I said. My man got the blue check, bro. Y'all better recognize, man. Y'all better recognize.
And that's along with other guys that was still in the city that was dogs. Yada Gaines. He was a year younger, but he went to the league. We could keep going, bro.
Yeah.
Curtis Sumner was good from Lockland. He was a year older, but he was a dog.
So that year, you was ranked top 5. Did you lock horns with any of those players that was ranked above you?
No, we played every night. We played, the Chris Taft, Levance Fields that went to Pitt. Every night it was a dog fight.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, my senior year, I was the best guard in the city. So they had to come see me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had to come see me and not my game.
Facts.
And we ended up playing Sebastian Telfair, Lincoln Rail Splitters in the state finals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's after we had to play Syracuse's Louis McCrowski in the city finals with Brian Lang over there at Seton Hall. We naming some big time players. So we beat them. We got them out of there, St. Ray's, and then we had to go play Sebastian for the whole state finals. And that's when Sebastian was a junior. And I played well. We didn't close it out, but I had high. At 23, I want to say 8. It's on Google somewhere. It's
on there, yeah. Like I said, Google, my man. You don't believe this. All facts. Everybody.
I I ain't gonna tell no tales this whole time, bro. If I'm flying, I'm flying.
Facts. So then, when did you realize like you was getting recruited by the college you got recruited by? Like, when they came to watch you play, did you put on that game? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was early, bro. Like I said, I had a really fortunate career, bro. I didn't have to deal with none of that, bro. Cause throughout my career, I had a good career at Christ the King. So I went to Nike All-American camp. Mm-hmm. I was already on the radar as being, at my final year, I was top 100 players in the nation. Mm-hmm. Some people get the invite, they get this certificate, All-American certificate for being like nominated. Yeah. I was like the final 63, 64. I didn't make that cut, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean?
Amazing.
So once I had dreads in high school, and at the time, dreads was like either like, is he a hoodlum or is he, a lot of Caucasian coaches did not understand the culture of dreads. Like, that's why I felt like I had to go through all of that before now all of a sudden it's accepted. Yeah. But, like, remember when AI came to the league with tats and dreads and braids? Yeah. It wasn't accepted.
Right.
You get me? But now with culture, we just want some girls. We just want to look cool. That was it.
Facts.
So I had dreads early, so a lot of mid-major schools was offering crazy. So my top 5 list was Penn State, Virginia, East Carolina, and I had St. Peter's in there because I was cool with the coach from Bob Leckie was the coach at St. Laughlin, and Keegan Clark went there, and I just knew the players there, so I threw them in my top 5, and I wanted a free visit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I had like I said, so my final 3 schools was East Carolina, Penn State, and Virginia. So I didn't want to go to Penn State because Penn State, I thought the academics would have been too tough for me, and it would have been. And Virginia, I didn't want to go to Virginia because they recruited me after I cut my dreads. I didn't want my dreads anymore. I wanted to wear Caesar. Right. So they recruited me after that, but East Carolina recruited me the whole time. Right. So they was in Conference USA. I was going to play. I was going to play against Louisville, Memphis, the old Conference USA. Louisville, Cincinnati, Memphis, UAB, Marquette, right. Us, TCU, UNC Charlotte. It was dope. You know what I mean? DePaul. It was crazy. Right. So I chose East Carolina because they stuck with me even when I had the dreads. So I already, you know what I mean? Straight loyalty, facts. Right. So Conference USA was a league that I thought I could play, and I did solid in there. I could have did better, but you know how it goes. Some things don't work that way. But I started 3 years there. Mm-hmm. I finished top 5 all-time assists. Again, top 5 all-time steals. Again, high school and college. My man be dropping dimes in high school and college, bro. Tell him you be hitting. I did what I did what I had to do. Yo, you know what's so crazy? I went to, I'm gonna show them what you got, bro. I'm gonna show them a couple of your clips and everything like that. But when I went to put your name in on YouTube for the first clip, the first clip I seen was that black top thing that me and you was in. I guess because the algorithm, it put our names together. And it had, the first clip I seen was, I think somebody shot a 3 and they missed, got the rebound, and you was about to penetrate, and I cut to the basket. You hit me with a no look, and I laid it, caught an and one with the left hand. Oh, that's crazy! That's crazy. So, how ironic, right? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, my man over here dropping dimes, but like you heard him, top 5 in assists in high school and college. So then, who did you actually play? And when you was at Eastern Carolina, was there anybody that you could name that people know, like as far as that went to the NBA? Who was on Louisville? Okay, we played against Cincinnati. That's when they had James White and you remember the James White? Yeah, he was on the Knicks. Matt, there you go, guys. James White. You remember James White was on the Knicks and he was in the dunking contest. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. James White was a regular. Mm-hmm. Jason Maxill was a regular. Right. We played against Francisco Garcia at Louisville, Taquan Dean. We played against Travis Dean at Marquette on 2 times. Steve Novak hit a game winner on us. Steve Novak, another Knick. Facebook with me, like with my head down. Steve Novak hit the game winner. Mm-hmm. Travis Dean was so uncanny. Who else, man? Darius Washington from Memphis. that whole Memphis team that when they was getting better every year. They had the Chris Douglas Roberts. We had Eddie Bazin from UNC Charlotte. It was a dogfight every night, man.
So
every night was a dogfight.
So it was a great experience, right?
Oh man, it was awesome, bro. I like I said, man, I'm always thanking God for the way how things went. You know what I mean?
Right. After Eastern Carolina, you decided to go to Bridgeport. To explain what happened there.
See, so I could be brief about it. At the end of the day, my coach got fired at ECU. So now I'm going into my senior year, and a lot of things, they wanted a lot of changes. You know what I mean? Because we wasn't top. We was cracking top 7. We couldn't crack the top 4. Mm-hmm. The top 4 programs was ranked in the nation.
Right.
We had talent, but we didn't have 5-star player talent. We had 4, 3.5, 4. But they was getting All-Americans, Louisville. Mm-hmm. So they fired my coach who recruited me, and they brought in another coach. And we didn't see eye to eye, which was unfortunate because I wanted to finish out East Carolina. Mm-hmm. And they was lowballing me in a sense to be a senior.
Right.
So I was involved with a few agents, obviously, because I wanted to further my career. Mm-hmm. And they was like, yo, bro, they don't want you to score your senior year. They just want you to be on. I was on some pass. I did my dues. Mm-hmm. I wanted to score now.
It's my time. It's my time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after I realized that wasn't going to happen, I decided to leave because I knew what they were. You know, every season before the season, the coach brings you in and says what he wants from you, what he's expected from you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and I felt like I wasn't even nominated to be a captain, and my jersey was on sale in a student store.
That's crazy.
I'm like, y'all not. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. I don't care about the glitz and glamour, but give me my just due, my respect. Freshman, I broke all the records. Sophomore, I'm top 5, and I haven't been there in years, mm-hmm. and it's still there. So I'm like, give me so whatever. Long story short, I bounce. I go to Bridgeport. I transfer them because I'm like, my folks live in New York, Connecticut. Makes sense. They always make it to the NCAA tournament. They always feature some type of player. Boom. The coach loved me. I loved them. And I ended up doing what I needed to do. I was able to score the ball.
Right.
I averaged 18 points. I was finished All-American. I led the nation in steals that year. Mm-hmm. So then I took him to the NCAA tournament. You know what I mean? And we ended up playing against Christian Burns. He's a big time. He played for I think he had a trial with the Knicks. No cap.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just a good year. It was just 1 year I had to go there, and after that I was able to shoot out.
Facts, facts, man. Like you said, you took that experience from Eastern Carolina, then you went to Bridgeport and you just dominated and did what you had to do.
Dominated.
Put up the numbers you had to put up. And then
I had to play with a chip on my shoulder, Darren, because I felt like East Carolina didn't appreciate, what I was bringing to the table fully. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I played with a real chip on my shoulder.
Not to bring this up, but the same thing happened to me, bro. That same thing happened to me when I didn't want to go to a D1 NCAA, but I went into a D1 NAIA. I went to Georgetown College. Okay. So when I went to Georgetown College, the same thing, boy. I was killing. Like, I feel like they didn't appreciate me there. So I decided to leave and go to a D2. Like you said, when at Georgetown, I played against Rondo, boy. We played against UK. They have Rondo.
Oh,
they have Rondo on there, Shigari, Ramel Bradley.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
Yeah. They had all of them on there. Played against them. We played against Louisville. All of them. But like you said, I wasn't getting my just due. So I went to a D2 and became All-American. Just, you see what I'm saying? And I put up numbers and killed. Right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, enough about me. This is about you. We're talking about you right now. You the guest. So after after Bridgeport, was you able to pursue your career furtherwise as far as professionally?
Most certainly. Now I was kind of on the radar. I entered my name in the draft, by the way, after that.
Okay.
Before I went to Bridgeport that summer, before I went to Bridgeport, I entered my name after the draft. So it looked like on paper, like Japhet entered his name on the draft after his junior year. Mm-hmm. But I already decided to leave East Carolina, and I wanted to test the waters. So I went to John Lucas camp up in Texas for 2 weeks to work out, scout, and I kind of tested the waters. And I'll be honest, man, like, I felt I was, like, ready, but my body wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I could get a tryout somewhere. Not ready, but, like, get a tryout somewhere and make a, you know, whatever. Go to the G League. At the time, it was the G League.
Yeah.
So, but after my parents was like, man, just go to school and be happy, that's when I went to Bridgeport and did that. Okay, let's fast forward. After Bridgeport, I had some offers, but it was low league, bro. They was low league, and they were just saying, you coming out of D2, you can't get no real money.
Right.
But I'm like, damn, I just went 1 year to D2. I was really playing, so I was a little upset about that. Next thing you know, I was able to go to the second highest league in Germany, and that's where I began to separate myself from the boys from the men, and I did my numbers out there my first year. I made a defensive team. I led the second league in assists and steals, and I averaged about 15, 14 at Heidelberg, which is like still one of the top teams out here, and it's really big time budget. You know, I did well.
Right, facts. So my man, you see how he used basketball as a vessel to go to college for free, go to high school, get high school paid for him. Then he ended up overseas making some money, putting some bread, some cheddar in that pocket.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He been through the dungeon. You know what I'm saying? From Brooklyn, New York. You know, we grind nothing but, you know, heart over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's Japhet. I just wanted to explain to you the reason why I started this show. I mean, we all Knicks fans at the end of the day, but no disrespect to any of those people that you see on ESPN. You know, but I like to get the point of view from players that actually played the game and been through the grind. You see what I'm saying? You played against, maybe you didn't make it to the NBA, but you had the talent to, you know, different circumstances for different people. You know what I'm saying? But you played against other players that made it, and you understand what it takes. Because one of the things I don't like when I'm debating with somebody that really hasn't been on that level like we've been on, and they start saying somebody's trash and they suck and they this and that. And I'd be like, boy, you don't understand, like, the grind. Like, just because you see him on the bench in the NBA don't mean that man is trash, boy. Like, he will give you 60 in a quick second, you know?
As soon as they start talking like that, I can't do it, Derrick. I'm not doing it, bro. I try to, bro, because you want them to understand.
Right.
But it's like, you better get the response of a brick wall, bro.
Yeah, so that's why at the end of the day, like, I don't even, no disrespect to them, but I don't even watch ESPN and Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman and them no more. I'd rather have a conversation with you because, you know what I'm saying, I respect your basketball IQ and what you see in a player, what you see in a team and everything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I started this program. I mean, not the program, but I started the show to get the fans to see the point of view from the players, you know, instead of the point of view from people who's just trying to get clickbait, you know. Like, they just say some outrageous, crazy thing just so you can click on it, you know? But we're going to give you the real deal and what these players are doing and what it takes to get there. So, or maybe what they might be going through, why they having a bad game. They might not understand why a player's having a bad game. It's more than just best. Go ahead.
It's so much things that go into it before even stepping on the court.
Right.
They don't even understand, and that's why that's why when you threw the idea at me, I knew it was a good platform to come on and talk, because it was like, you know, you see a lot of platforms but it's total rubbish. They just talking for clickbait.
Right.
They're not really players.
Right.
It's just like, you know, and I'm not knocking like varsity B or varsity C players. I got friends do that. But I also know that knowledge is not crazy.
Right, definitely facts, definitely. Yeah, man, because like you said, we know the background that goes with it, right? So we know that a player on the team might have the green light, so he get to shine. He can do whatever he want. But then for some reason, a coach may not like you. He might not let you play the game you want, the way you want to play it. And now the fans is thinking that you trash and you garbage. When as soon as you make a mistake, the coach subbing you out. So you can't. You see what I'm saying? They don't know about all of that stuff. You know, you scared to make a mistake. How you gonna play your game? As soon as you do a move, you're looking at the bench like, oh, am I coming out? They don't know that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I done had coaches like that, and then I had coaches that had all the confidence in the world, and it makes a complete difference. When you have a coach that has confidence in you, I never look at the bench. I'm letting it go from everywhere, doing what I want. Like, you see what I'm saying?
It's a different feel.
It's a different feel.
The basket is that much wider, and if you're a good player, you're gonna be able to make shots.
Exactly.
So look good.
Right.
You can play a little bit, and your basket, you got that green. That basket goes like this.
Mm-hmm. So that's just that, man. So you got all the Knicks gear on, of course. You see my man with the Knicks hat. You got that.
You know I gotta show it. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? I gotta. This is my company, Combine Sport, man. I gotta throw that plug in, man.
Yeah, see that blue and orange, that Knick blue and orange right there. Nice.
Oh man, I gotta. You know what we doing, man? You know what we doing.
Facts. So let's talk about that, Japhet. Let's talk about that. So how long you been a Knicks fan, and what made you become one? Was it like your father was a Knicks fan too, or like?
I'm gonna be honest, like the Knicks. When I was younger, I used to like the Bulls, right? Because of Michael.
Right.
And then after I was more so a player fan.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever player that, you know what I mean, he on that team, I'm rocking him. But then I fell in love with the Bulls. I didn't fall in love. Then I fell in love with Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
So then, now I'm like, oh, I'm a Laker fan. But I'm from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all those games of me staying up watching of the Derrick Harpers, the Greg Anthonys, that Charles Oates, that type of basketball, that's how I learned how to play. Like that gritty guard, 94 feet, turn you, you know, just that Knicks basketball from the Charlie Wards. You know what I mean? So that's when, so you always have like a main team, and then you have a team that you always want to do good. And
right.
You always want to, want to see, I want to go to a parade. I want to be a crowd like, yo, you see them Knicks? How about them Knicks?
Yeah.
So that's how I go with the Knicks. That that's my three teams. I got Lakers, the Knicks, and then we got the Brooklyn Nets because I'm from Brooklyn too. But
right.
At the end of the day, the real New York team is the New York Knicks.
Let them know. Facts. You know what's so crazy about what you're saying too is because I always been a Knicks fan my whole entire life. That they was my number one team. But like you said, I had players that I liked too. I had certain players that I messed with. So Kobe was one of my favorite players too. I really didn't like the Lakers that much. So I always wanted Kobe to do good. You see what I'm saying? I want Kobe to go for 50, 60, whatever. When he go against the Knicks, I hope Kobe gets 60, but I hope the Knicks win. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So I respect that.
So I always did the same thing, boy. When it came to liking certain players, I also used to like Penny. Penny was one of my favorite players. Kobe.
Penny was one of my favorite players too.
Yeah. Right. So did you ever have I know you said you watch players. Did one of your players ever go to like the Knicks? Because for me personally, of course, when we got Carmelo was one of my players that I like. But before,
I was going. Woo!
But before him, Sprewell. Like before him, for me was Sprewell. I rock for Sprewell hard. What about you?
So I like Derrick Rose. I was happy when they got Derrick Rose. I'm happy again that they got Derrick Rose.
Good, we're going to talk about that.
Man, like, when Melo, I even was happy when they even drafted Kristaps in the beginning because everybody was calling him bum, but I was overseas. Mm-hmm. So I knew who Kristaps was.
Yeah.
Like overseas, he was like D Young.
Come up.
Right, so I'm like, yo, nah. I like Prigioni because how he played Prigioni.
Yeah.
He was also, 94 feet guard in your face, solid.
Cookies, give me that.
So I it's so much players that came through the Knicks organization that I really like. You know what I mean? Facts.
So look, you just mentioned Derrick Rose. We're gonna get into that real quick. So you said one of your favorite players was Derrick Rose. Of course, we had him. We lost him. And Tom Thibodeau brought him back. So how you feel about the Derrick Rose trade and how he can help the Knicks and what he brings to the table?
Man, I'm so happy that they got D Rose because he brings that experience to the team and he brings that solidness like at the point guard position. And right now, New York Knicks at that point guard position, they got a lot of guards, but they don't got a lot of point guards. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is, true point guards that's going to get me a shot. They don't have that. They lacking it. And I think Derrick Rose can do that for you He doesn't do that to the Chris Paul magnitude, but he can do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just think that was a big time draft, and it helped to guard Emmanuel quickly because he's an OG.
Right.
Every young player that's going to be good, you need an OG. If you can see how that goes.
Facts. So I want you to break down for me personally your feelings of how you feel about Derrick Rose and Elfrid Payton, because right now a lot of people as in the Knicks community they wanted quickly to start before we got Derrick Rose because they was tired of Elfrid Payton. They feel he doesn't really he can't shoot. That's one of the problems with Elfrid Payton is, the Knicks starting lineup doesn't have a lot of shooters in it, so the spacing on the floor, you're a point guard, the spacing on the floor is always a little bit messed up, especially when in the beginning of the season the best shooter was Julius Randle. That's crazy, because you're out there with Payton, Barrett, Bullock. Bullock was supposed to be a shooter, but he was bricking in the beginning of the season. And then you had Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, and out of those five, Julius Randle was the best shooter starting off the season. And that's crazy. That's the best shooter in your starting lineup. So basically, they're looking at Elfrid Payton. He's not spacing the floor for Julius Randle or R.J. Barrett. Because, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, they like to get to that rack. And they like to, they shifty and they like to kick it out. And Elfrid Payton is clogging up his man is sagging off of him and helping all the time. And he really wasn't dropping dimes like that in the beginning of the season. So right now, people want Elfrid Payton traded. And I know we just got Derrick Rose. So compare the two, Elfrid Payton and Derrick Rose, and which play you think is better for the Knicks right now? Or can they still use both of them?
I mean, I don't, New York is a what have you done for me lately town.
Right.
So, and they quickly forget. I'm talking about, they forget that. But at the end of the day, I think how the game is, man. I think Elfrid Payton is a solid guard. He's just a solid guard, but we're asking him to be more than that, and that's not what he never was. That. Mm-hmm. Not to say he's not a big time guard coming out of college or wherever he came from. He just never amounted to that in the NBA. So obviously, I'm taking D Rose over Elfrid Payton in any day.
Right.
But I'm not mad at his efforts either. Payton's efforts is he's a solid guard, defense. He don't turn the ball over. Yeah, he might not hit the three, but Derrick Rose ain't gonna space the floor either. He's not knocking it down just bow, knocking it down either.
Right. I'm gonna say one thing. He's not knocking it down bow, but at least he looked like he got a jump shot. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Whenever Payton shoots, I'll be like, yo, who taught him to shoot like that? That joint is so ugly.
Right. All granted. But what I'm saying is, he's not a knockdown shooter either.
Right.
So
streaky.
That's all I'm looking. Huh?
I said, but I give Derrick Rose this. He's streaky. At least he can hit 2 or 3 in a row. Elfrid Payton has 0 chance of it going in, boy.
Right. I'm saying Payton hit a few threes open.
Yeah.
But what I'm it's just what you want, and I just think Derrick Rose defensively, he's a bigger, stronger, more athletic guard, and for the Knicks, I think as a point guard, he poses more of a threat.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Teams is going, that's Derrick Rose. Shit, I got. He poses more of a threat, and on paper, he just makes it look better, and I'll take Derrick Rose any day, man. The guy averaged 18 points last year at Detroit. Coming off all the injuries.
So currently, Tom Thibodeau, he got Elfrid Payton starting and Derrick Rose coming off the bench. You think that's the way it should be, or you think Derrick Rose should reverse?
Derrick Rose will start
eventually. You feel that?
Yeah. Tom Thibodeau is a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can't just bring a guy in. You know what I mean? It kind of messes up the team chemistry a little bit. It's not the team chemistry, the team morale.
Right.
So it looks like this coach is searching for a guard to replace me.
Yeah.
Now this is what you go home thinking about. Now when I come to practice, I don't have that full attention that you want me to have as a point guard because I think you're going to replace me whenever you want to. So now as a coach for mental morale, you can't just say, here, start. Because D. Rose wasn't having that type of season to do that yet. Now, if he was bringing in Russell Westbrook is a starter.
Yeah.
Hands down, perennial all-star. if you're bringing in something like that, you gotta start him because it's like, all right, I'm bringing in that type of caliber of a player.
Facts.
Rose will start, bro.
Right.
My opinion.
All right, I got a joke. I got a joke to tell you right now. So, we're talking about Elfrid Payton and Derrick Rose. I don't know if you don't be in these Knicks chats and Knicks communities like I be in them, but when they was asking for Elfrid Payton's head, right? Pause. I mean, they was trying to get him out the start. They was trying to get him out the starting lineup. I think this man made a burner account on some Kevin Durant stuff. He was in it. It was called E Payton something, and he would go in all the chats and be like, "But why you guys don't want Elfrid Payton? He's a good player." And he was caping way too hard for Elfrid Payton. So everybody figured like, "Yo, that's his burner account. He going way too hard."
Gotta be a burner account.
So everybody,
players feel it too. Fans be killing guys.
Yeah. So they're
not human, bro. They human.
It's facts. So he made a burner account, and I think he'd be in there like defending himself and stuff. But man, it is what it is. Some people, could take it, and some people can't. That's what I'm saying. New York will make or break you, boy. Speaking of New York make or break you, like you said, this short-term memory. These dudes, saying Obi Toppin, my man. The man has played how many games so far? 10, 15 games.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I like Obi.
He's from Brooklyn, baby.
I wasn't big on New York drafting Obi.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest.
Give me your reasons why.
All right. First of all, Obi Toppin is an older rookie. Mm-hmm. When you get settled in the league, it takes you really about 3 to 4 years to. I'm not saying you got to be LeBron and Kevin Durant and them guys to be who they are, but it takes you 3 to 4 years to adjust to being that type of player, like to be a great player. Mm-hmm. It takes you 3 seasons at least, bro. Just look at the history, like to understand for the game. Yes, you're athletic. Look at like guys like John Wall. John Wall was always good, but when he shot out, he's #1 pick. He shot out fast. Boom, turn it over. Boom. So fast. But then the game slowed down. Even guys like, look, Kyrie Irving. He could score. He could do everything. But he couldn't win. He didn't know how to win. He didn't know when to do certain things.
Right.
All these guys, even Julius Randle. This year, he's starting to settle down. He got he got his time in the league, but now he's starting to see the game. It's starting to slow down for him. Mm-hmm. He had talent. He's had hell of talent. He jumped up the building. Mm-hmm. They're unicorns. But what I'm saying is it takes them 3 years to 4 years to understand the speed, to control when to not to, when to pass, when to play good basketball. Right. Look at lefty RJ Barrett. Night and day between year one, year 2, night and day, and he still learns. He still goes through inconsistencies. Yeah. But he's a great player. He's a good player, so he's gonna keep getting better and better. And that's what I mean. It takes you 3. So Obi is an older rookie, right? Mm-hmm. He's getting drafted at 22. By the time he's 25, 26 is when he's going to be that type of player. He's going. KD is 27.
Yeah, that's prime. I get what you're saying. Yeah, but let me.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, to defend it. Go ahead. Now I was going to just say one thing to defend that pick. As far as the Knicks picking him, you got to think about it was basically the coach Tom Thibodeau, right? He was looking for his job is on the line. Well, not really on the line, but he wants to win. So when they chose Obi, they felt that they could plug him in right now. You see what I'm saying? They didn't know Julius Randle was going to go off like that. So look, he was player of the year in college, right? I know he's 22, but maybe he's...
He played a year at Dayton, not in college. It's different.
All right.
What's the difference?
All right, what's the difference? Gotta explain for the fans that don't know.
He was player of the year, and I want to say Dayton is in the Atlantic 10.
Yeah, I believe so. Something like that.
Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
But the Atlantic 10 RPI, which is like the rating of how high they play, mm-hmm. is different from playing at the University of
UConn.
UConn. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're the player of the year of Big East, or you're the ACC Player of the Year, or you're the consensus Player of the Year, that's different compared to being a Player of the Year at Dayton.
So you're trying to say Emmanuel Quickly's Player of the Year, ACC Player of the Year is higher than Obi Toppin's?
Emmanuel Quickly played at Kentucky, so he played in the big, whatever.
SEC, I think.
SEC, excuse me. So, yeah. Yes, that would be more, yes, because guess what? He's playing against dogs, pros, every single night.
Right.
And look at him.
Right. But to give Obi a little respect due is they had this tournament in the beginning of the season when he went up against Georgia. He showed out in that. I think it was in Hawaii. He showed out against Anthony Edwards.
Georgia?
Well, they had Anthony Edwards, bro. Georgia, bro. All right. I get what you're saying. All right, I'm not even because I get what you're saying. But Dayton was ranked number 1, and was they undefeated or did they lose one game? They played against a couple ranked teams and they defeated them. They was actually going to pick to win the tournament if they didn't have no tournament because of the pandemic, but they picked them to win the tournament, bro. They picked Dayton. They did. They was picking Dayton because of Obi.
Listen, I think Obi had a hell of a college career, bro. But now when you playing against Deer, it's Deer. You know it's Deer.
I know.
Lion.
I know.
Different.
Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. I know.
So, all right, boom. So now, when you go in the league, Obi jumping out of the building. Oh my God! Well, guess what? Every team got somebody who could jump like Obi, if not match his intensity. So now you gotta have moves, Darren.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to shoot the three, spread the floor out. And I just think that draft pick was, I like Obi, man. The kid has a great kid. His father is like a street ball legend out there in New York. I like Obi, man. Trust me, I do. He's humble. He looks like he wants it and works hard. But at the end of the day, bro, I just thought they needed, because I didn't know they was going to draft Emmanuel. I just thought they could have took the kid from Sacramento, who's the second, he might be getting Rookie of the Year if LaMelo doesn't get it. And the kid from Sacramento named is Tyler Halliburton.
Oh, you liked him.
And I just thought at 6'5", 6'6", you could have drafted him, and maybe you still could have got Quickly on the end joint, because they drafted Quickly. Everybody was surprised about that.
Yeah.
Everybody. They were like, what? He went there. He was projected as a high second round pick, bro. Mm-hmm. But they did some great scouting, and I just thought they took Obi. I just thought it was a lot of great players that Tyler Halliburton, man, you can't pass that up, bro.
Right. I think
the only reason why they passed him up is because he got a hitch in his shot.
Yeah.
Well, you just signed Ethan Payton. You ain't worried about that hitch.
Yeah. You're right. Facts.
And this kid, Tyler, is shooting over 40% from 3 right now.
Yeah.
Come on, how do you give up that, man? Do you see him on Sacramento? Sacramento was going like this when they had him. Oh my God! I can't wait.
Yeah. So
that's how good he is. Iowa State, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, I'm gonna give you that. You're right about that. I kind of agree with you on that, but I think on the Knicks board, number 1 was LaMelo. They wanted LaMelo for facts. Straight facts, they wanted LaMelo. They thought he was the best point guard, and I think they figured, if we don't get LaMelo at point guard, we're going with the player that we think is the best. And they thought that Obi was the best besides, any other player outside of the point guard position.
And I'm going to be honest, he's high risk. He got to get his game off by jumping.
Yeah.
Do you see Blake Griffin on Detroit Pistons right now?
Yeah, he looked. He
don't even dunk anymore, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Blake.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
That's what I'm saying. He has all these years of jumping, because his game got off by jumping. That's how he got his game off, to jump over people. So eventually, when that jumping slows down, you have to have a move, a go-to move. Yeah. And Obi doesn't have that, bro.
Yeah.
Honest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I noticed that right away. Like I said, we see the game a little bit differently, and I noticed that when he got to the NBA, that like you said, he was used to college dude 6'8" and 6'9" in college. That's the, you know what I'm saying? He dunking over them, running the break. You get to the league, you got 7-footers, and they jump just as high as you. So now when he in traffic, it don't look the same. He pump faking. When he do the pick and roll now, instead of cutting to the basket, he want to shoot threes because he got them trees down there. You see what I'm saying? So
and they're 275,
yeah,
290.
Yeah. So I see he gonna have
7'2", 7'3". You can't do that, Darren. That's not possible.
So you're right.
So what he has to do is what? See, I don't know why they call him Baby Amari, because Baby Amari was 6'10", strong, crazy, athletic, but eventually after he started, getting older, he learned to pop, and when he popped, he made that 15-footer, that 18-footer,
right?
And that's what Obi has to work on.
Exactly,
he has to work on the 15 and 18-footer. I think he'll be great, though. I think he'll be great once he get that in his game, because then when guys start closing out, he can up fake and use his quickness and then use his athleticism.
That's what. Oh, that was a great comparison. Yeah, I'm accused of calling him Baby Amari too from college, because when you see the college highlights, he looked like Amari. He comes to the NBA, I feel like because he's not as big as Amari, he can't be Amari. So now in the NBA, he's gonna have to be a Sean Marion. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think his size is more to Sean Marion now, to NBA players, than Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
So if he could get, become a good defender, use his speed and his quickness and his jump ability to play like the Matrix, maybe he could pull that off.
I never called him Baby Amari because I saw Amari in high school.
Yeah.
I said people call Baby Amari until you see Amari in high school. A minimal.
Max.
A minimal.
And you got to realize, he went to the NBA straight from high school.
High school.
So, that's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, different. So, speaking about Manimal, what you think about Julius Randle? So good. This is a good transition, right? Because you just broke down Obi's game, right? So now I'm gonna go back to the chats that I be in with the Knicks fans, because I'm engaged with the fans and with the community to see what they like, what they don't like, so I could bring it to y'all and we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Break it down for them and bring the content back to them. So I noticed a lot of fans, some of them are saying Obi's a bust, and some of them are saying we see Julius Randle dominating, right? Right now, his stock is high. So we want to trade him to get something back so we can let Obi start because we drafted Obi at number 8. I think it was number 8. Yeah, we drafted Obi. What's the point of drafting Obi at number 8 if we have Julius Randle? Julius Randle has to go. Do you agree with that?
No, not at all. I don't agree with that at all. Yo, once you trade Julius Randle, you're kind of starting all over.
Yes, thank you.
And you've been through that for so many years.
Yo, this is why I bring y'all on the show, yo. Sometimes, I told you, but sometimes I have to argue with them and I have to bring players that think like me on here so they can understand. They think, oh man, you play pro ball, you this and that, but you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. I bring players on here with IQ. You can't trade Julius Randle because you're going to go back to being trash again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. So, you got to look at the Knicks is top 8 in the East right now. The East has gotten better from down top to bottom, bro. You don't just got Milwaukee no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even like every organization kind of upgrade. Okay, the Wizards are down, whatever. But even the Wizards are trying. They got Russ and Grant. They got an all-star backcourt.
Yes.
You got to look at every team. Even Charlotte. Look at Charlotte. They got better. Like, look at Atlanta. They got better. Mm-hmm. Like, every team, they might recognize, but they're getting better to where teams are Miami. They was in the chip. It's not Milwaukee, Miami. I just named five teams. And the Knicks is right on that bubble of that break.
Right.
So why trade a player who's finally started to understand, who's finally buying in to slowing his game down, to play for his teammates? You know what I mean? You don't just trade that off.
Right.
You don't do that. And that to get what? To get 2 new pieces that you don't know is going to bust or break? Why would you do that?
Right.
You had so many years in the mud. Now you got a little light and day. The culture in New York has changed, bro. It's not a game where you just checking off on your calendar no more.
Facts.
So you gotta understand that's a big accomplishment, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You gotta, as basketball, and New York has the one of the biggest the biggest markets. So at the end of the day, no all-star, no players are gonna want to come there.
Yes.
You keep doing it.
Yes, exactly. My point exactly. You have to be a competent.
That's the biggest market in the league
Mm-hmm.
behind. We talking about Golden State, New York,
The Lakers.
Boston.
Yes, facts.
When did New York win to be all this? Because no matter what, the thing to do is go to a Knicks game.
Yes, facts. So exactly what you were saying. We built up Julius Randle, and I was saying now what you're doing is you separating who you want to stay and who you want to go. Julius Randle is a key piece. You got your boy R.J. Barrett, right? He was the third pick. He's starting to develop, so you want to keep him. You see, Emmanuel quickly is a dog,
right.
so you want to keep him, right? You see, who else we got? You got Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, quickly. Then you got Mitchell Robinson, right? So you might want.
He's a beast. He's gonna be a beast, bro.
So
right now, but he is. He's one of my favorite up and coming players.
So you keep him. So I'm gonna go with Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel quickly, and of course you just drafted Obi. So you're gonna keep him because you just got him. So that's your core five right there that you want to keep on your team.
Right. And now you start putting things around him like the OG Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
You put a Derrick Rose in there. You start. That's how you build and shape a winning organization. Like a winning minded team, bro.
Right.
You don't just keep taking pieces from that. You can't just do that, bro. It's not gonna happen for you.
Right. So we just got Derrick Rose in the trade, who's supposed to help the team. But as I noticed as I watched the Knicks games, down the stretch, Julius Randle is a great player. He gets buckets. He passes the ball. But as far as a closer, I feel we need another all-star level guard who can close the game with us. I don't know if that could be Derrick Rose, but right now in the trade rumors, they're talking about 3 players, 3 shooting guards that I feel we could use. They have Victor Oladipo, Bradley Beal, and Zach LaVine. I think we're going to just X out Bradley Beal right now because Bradley Beal said he want to stay in Washington. He want to stay, right? He want to stay. He don't want to go nowhere. But Zach LaVine is putting up all-star numbers, and then you got Victor Oladipo. I'm going to just give you my opinion real quick, and then you can tell me yours. Personally, remember I told you I have favorite players that I like. Zach LaVine, I'm not going to front. I like his game. He's one of my favorite players. Right? He can shoot. He has handle. He finish at the rim. I like Zach LaVine game. He's one of my low-key favorite players. I know a lot of people don't say Zach LaVine is one of their favorite, but he's one of my favorite players. I like his game.
That is mine.
He improved over the years, right? So Victor, the reason why I want to trade for Victor Oladipo is because it'd be the whole Carmelo Anthony syndrome all over again. He's a free agent this year. If he want to come, just let him come. Why would you trade for him? You see what I'm saying? Right. You got the bread. The Knicks got the bread. If they want Victor Oladipo, wait him out. This summer, you sign him. You trade him now, you're going to lose pieces. What's the point of doing that? So I think they should go after Zach LaVine to pair him up with Julius Randle, and that would be a 2 all-star tandem right there, Zach LaVine and Julius Randle. And Zach LaVine can finish out the games. What do you think?
I'm going to go with that as well, bro. Like, I like Victor. Victor, you know, the great dude, great singer. You know, so, but at the end of the day, man, I just think Zach would be a better fit for the Knicks, because they need a closer, and that right there, you know, somebody. Julius is having a hell of a year. He's a hell of a player, but they need somebody on that wing that can get him a bucket when they need that. Yeah, and every team needs that. Every team needs that, and not only that. Now they get a bucket, Zach shoot that thing. So he spreads the floor no matter what. You know what I mean? So, all right. Is this did Thibodeau coach Zach?
Yeah, he coached him for 1 year, but then I think in the middle of the year he traded him for Jimmy Butler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Zach LaVine gives Tom Thibodeau credit, saying, you know, he helped his game out, and even though he traded him, he know his business, but he got no beef with him. They still cool. They still talk to this day.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's very interesting because now you got two new players that's already played in that system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that helps even more. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I think but I don't know. I don't know if Chicago. You're gonna have to give something up for that guy.
There we go. That's what I wanted to ask you. So you agree with me that we should go for Zach LaVine? Okay. Let me tell you the Knicks what they have to give. All right. So this year, of course, the Knicks have a draft pick. If they have a draft pick they can use. They have the Dallas draft pick. So they have 4. Go ahead.
Okay.
They have 4 picks. So Dallas right now is like number 10. Oh no, number 12 in the West. So they have the Dallas pick. Wherever Dallas finish at, the Knicks is getting that pick. The Knicks got their own pick. Then the Knicks got 2 second rounders. They also have Kevin Knox. They also have Frank. They also have Elfrid Payton. He has a no trade clause, so I don't think he will go to the Bulls. But they have Kevin Knox, Frank, and then in 2023, they have Dallas pick again. In 2023, they have Dallas pick again, and they have their own pick. So let's say the Bulls say, "Yo, give us Kevin Knox, give us Frank, give us the Dallas 2023 pick, and give us your pick from this year." You giving all of that? All right, so that's 2 first-round picks. The Dallas our first-round pick this year, the Dallas 2023 pick, Kevin Knox, and Frank Ntilikina.
All right, so the answer to that question is it depends on how well we do in this year's season. Because now, if we don't make playoffs, that means we still building. But if we right there, I don't know if I want to give all that up. To you know what I mean?
But
now say if we out of the playoff loop and we start to lose, then obviously I'm ready to give some things up because we need to still crack that top 8. But right now they're at 8. So it's like they're not that bad to just throw the house away.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. But it's like you see when the Lakers threw the house for AD, is Zach that type of player to throw the house away for you know what I mean?
All right, but I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you're the Knicks, right, and your mindset is we're on the brink of winning, right? If we trade for Zach LaVine, we know it's gonna take us to another level. Let's say we go from 8 to number 5, right? Are you really worried about that pick that you just gave up? Because as the 5th seed, that pick not gonna be good anyway.
But I don't think Zach LaVine going to make them go from 8 to 5. I think they need more than Zach LaVine to go from 8 to 5.
You think so?
You get what that's my point with saying, like, you see how Lakers gave the house away? Because AD was that guy for them to go take them over the hump.
Right.
Is Zach LaVine solely to take him over the hump? No, he's a piece to take him over the hump. But he ain't going to just get in there and make him go over the hump. Because if so, he would make Chicago get over the hump.
Yeah.
They got solid players.
Yeah. So, all right, let me look something up real quick for you. Because the separation with the teams is not that big, bro. Like I'm saying, like, you saying Zach LaVine may not take them to number 5, but they only like a half a game right now without him, I think, from number 5. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to name the teams that's in front of
That's my point. So, like, do I need to give up all this and we already all right at this point? Or do I need to continue to build with the core group that we already built, that we already started with?
Right.
Is that going to make us, for me to get Zach, I got to give up a lot on this team that I'm already we right here. We ain't far.
Right. So, right now, I think the standings, you got the 76ers as the number 1 seed. Then you got the Bucks, the Nets, the Celtics, and the Pacers on number 5. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Right.
I think those 5 teams are better than the Knicks. Those 5 teams are better. But everybody else, the Knicks can mess with them.
So you think with a Zach LaVine, with a Zach LaVine on the Knicks, they gonna be better than those 5 teams? No.
No. With Zach LaVine on the Knicks, I think they can mess with the Pacers. They probably could bump the Pacers out, and then the only four teams that would be better than them would be the Celtics, the Nets, the Bucks, and the Sixers.
Okay.
So.
But does that get them to where they want to be with giving up?
No, I'll tell you this. Maybe if you do that, you become the 5th seed, and you're in New York, and you look good. Then a free agent will come, and then 2 years from now, we're talking business.
So you saying you'll give up the house for that?
That's not really the house. I mean, that's not really the house. That's not really the house because when you think about it, like, all right, if I give up that right now, let's just go to the starting lineup. If we do everything we want, now you got Derrick Rose as the point guard, Zach LaVine as the shooting guard. R.J. Barrett as the small forward. Julius Randle as
that's not bad.
Julius Randle as the power forward, and Mitchell Morrison as the center.
That's not bad.
See now you see now you see. So you thinking about giving the house, but Tom Thibodeau's like, nah, this lineup is crazy. And now we got Quickly and Obi coming off the bench.
That's not bad, bro.
See what I'm saying? So you're not thinking about those picks anymore. You hoping to look good enough where a superstar can say, nah, the Knicks is all right, boy. I'm going to go there and we going to win the chip. That's what the Nets did.
Right. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
See, that's what the Nets did. But that's my view on things. But if you don't agree on giving up the house, it's cool. One of the players I mentioned was Frank. You can talk about this if you want to. If not, but let me tell you something, boy. I don't know if you know, but Frank, believe it or not, he got a following. So I was on this other Knicks show, right? And we was talking about Frank. So as a basketball player, I didn't say nothing bad about the man. I broke down his game, right? I basically broke down Frank's game. I said, this is the type of player Frank is. I don't ever think he will be a starter in the NBA. He's a good backup point guard. He played D. He dishes the rock. He can hit open shots. He has good length. But in New York, I think it's too much pressure for him. He'd probably be better on the Spurs or a team like that, right?
Right.
So, niggas in the comments, yo, they was killing me. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Frank is the future. Frank is just They was going in, right? They was going in. So I said, yo, I don't even know why the Knicks or Phil Jackson do it. I said Phil Jackson drafted him because they was running a triangle, right? And in that offense, Frank was supposed to play you're a Bulls fan, he was supposed to play the role of Ron Harper. He looked at him as Ron Harper. Play some defense, whatever, such and such like that. But as far as a penetrating point guard to break people down, get to the hole, hit threes, I don't think that's really, he's more like a Swiss knife. He could play point, he could play shooting guard, small forward. He's more like that. So I said, listen, over in France, a dude well known in New York City, Irv Walker was starting over him, boy, like he was barely getting no minutes. Why you think that he gonna come in the NBA and kill when he can't even start on his own team? So I know you personally know Irv Walker. Y'all both went to Christ and King. I know Irv Walker knows Frank personally. He played with him, right?
Yeah. So my story with Frank is, so I go. Irv is my guy. Like that's my bro. That's my little bro. And we always stick together throughout our whole career. So I went to go visit Irv at Stroudsburg. That's where Frank is from.
Right.
Frank, he played for Stroudsburg. Stroudsburg is a Pro A team in France. Mm-hmm. So I was going to visit them because they was in the finals. They had Frank Ntilikina, Irv. They had Romeo Travis. What's the name's boy?
LeBron's boy. Yeah.
The crew. So I get to kind of get in there because I'm personal friend to see Frank a little bit going through his. And when I'm saying the kid was just so skillful, I was just like, damn, he is a dog. Mm-hmm. He's like 18 at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, he's a dog. So now, come game time, it was like night and day. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, okay. So, me and Irv just talking. He was like, yo, he's getting drafted next year. I was like, no way he's going to get drafted, bro. What are you talking about? He's like, yo, bro, all I'm seeing is scouts at the game, bro. He's getting drafted, and he's going high. So we're having a debate like, no way, bro. Because I just didn't feel like he was going to go that high, but he did. He went very high. And I understood why, because when you get Frank in the gym, if you see Frank there, this guy's different. But when he can't translate that on the court. So even when I'm saying when he has stretches where he looks different. But it's not consistent.
Yeah.
And that's his Achilles heel. People don't understand that is a weakness too. That's a bad attribute too. Like, you know what I mean? But when he get in that gym, he can go to the leg, behind the back, step back, jump shot. He can do it, bro. But when you get that in front of you, it's different. And it happened in Strasbourg when they were in the finals. And I'm thinking this kid going to drop 18, 20. He was getting 9, 8. Yeah. And it wasn't like, okay, he's young. Well, he went to the NBA the next year doing the same thing. Yeah. One game he'll get 8. One game he'll get 13. One game he'll get 16. Oh, Frank showed some real talent. He'll get a 20, 18, and then go back to 6, 4. Yeah. So it's just like, at this point, coming back to my point that I made, that it takes guys 3 to 4 years to really adjust in the NBA. He's been in NBA. He's on the clock. He's on the clock. And it's true, but as far as defensively, he is a dog. Yes. That's why the Knicks fans lying. That's why the Knicks. He can read. He's not afraid to guard the best player. He got harder on the defensive end. Dog, but once he puts that whole arsenal together, I think Frank could be dangerous. But the thing about the NBA is they don't have time to wait. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. I think most of the people, the defenders of Frank, the Frank defenders, they actually like him for what you said. It's because they're old-time Knicks fans. So they're like the 90s Knicks. So when they look at Frank, they see a dog that defends, and they remember the 90s Knicks with the defense. So that's why he has a lot of fans that back him up, because they're like, nah, when you put him in the game, 94 feet, he hitting the ball, long arms, athletic, contesting every shot. So they like that about him. The thing that I'm saying is that, like you said, is inconsistent, 1, and 2, the kid is always hurt, boy. Like, even when he starts playing good, he pull his grind, hurt his toe. So it's just like, when are we going to use him? And for me, he just doesn't look at the basket enough. Yeah. So, like, you know what I mean? For him to be that skillful, he has to look at the basket. And maybe the people don't know what I'm saying by looking at the basket. It's a term us basketball players use to say to be a threat. See, if you're not looking at the basket, I don't think you're going to be you're not going to shoot. So we kind of playing 4 and 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're trying to play the right way, but sometimes playing the right way too much is hurting. Yeah. And you're giving up a shot and that you had an open shot because you ain't look at the basket. Right. So how do you know if it's your day if you're not shooting that thing? Yeah. It could be your day. And then somehow some games it click to him where he taking shots. He's like, okay, Frank. Okay, but you shouldn't have to be saying, okay, Frank, for a top draft pick. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, LaMelo Ball. Okay, now you're playing today. Right. That's not supposed to be. Yeah, you're a talented player. You're not supposed to be like that. Okay, what's the other guy? Okay, John Moran, I see you today. Yeah. They'll get killed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I think with that being said, I think Frank's days are numbered. One of the things about the Frank hive that they have is they starting to fall back on him because the emergence of Emmanuel Quickly. As soon as like you said, they live in the now. So now that they see Emmanuel Quickly as a dog, right? They like, oh, forget about Frank. Well, we got Quickly now. Quickly plays defense. Quickly can shoot. Everything I wanted Frank to do, Quickly is doing it. So now they don't care about Frank. So you heard it from Ja himself right here. He broke down how he went over to France and he saw Frank play himself. So I saw him in the source. I saw him when he was in Strasbourg. So I don't want to hear you don't know what you're talking about. I saw him when he was in Strasbourg. Comfortable, the man. Right. So there you have it, boy. So other than that, I don't think we got anything else to talk about. Other than that,
I just want to ask you how you think the Knicks are going to finish out this year. Like, what you think is going to be like the end game for them? They're going to make the playoffs, eliminated in the first round, or they're going to be in the 10-team play-in? What you think?
I think with this addition with D Rose, if D Rose could bring his game that last year 18 point guard a game, I think they can make the playoffs, be a top 8 top team. I don't think they're gonna crack top 5, but I think they could fall in that 7th, 8th spot, fighting for it, that 9, 8, 7 spot. Mm-hmm. I think, but if injuries and they stay healthy, they can be even further, because that's all it's about. It's about at the end of the year, it's who's healthy.
And don't forget this year is different because the pandemic. So besides injuries, you got coronavirus.
Right. So now you putting on lipstick and anything can happen, man.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about who's healthy, who's the strongest. But they're on. Listen, the culture in New York is night and day, and I think as New York fans, we should be happy about that.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, you got
You gotta score before you walk, man.
Facts.
It just don't happen like that. It just doesn't happen like that. So be happy with the culture. Be happy with how it's going. Guys is competing, man. Them guys is competing, man, every night. How many blowouts did New York get blown out by? We could probably
2 or 3
compared. Right. That's what I said. Compared to the previous years.
So yeah, to the previous years, yeah.
Competing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's where you gotta be happy, and then that's how it happens. Then all of a sudden you say, "Yeah, oh my God, these guys is top 3 in the East." Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. That's how you build teams. That's how you build organizations, rosters.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So, my dream, well, that's not a dream, really dream. What I would like to happen this year is the Knicks get the 6th seed, Brooklyn Nets number 3, and let's go and let's go to war for the first round of the playoffs. Let's see what's up. Let's see who won it more.
You heard what KD said though, Derrick, man. He said he don't see too many teams beating us for a game.
Yeah, I want to see, but I only want that to happen if we make a trade for a legit shooting guard. I'm not trying to go with the team we have now and get dogged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not trying to get swept. So if we add one more piece that give us a fighting chance, then I would like to see number 3 seed the Nets versus the number 6 seed the Knicks. But other than that. That would be, and then I'm getting tickets going to that game, filming and all that.
It's the battle of New York, man. That's like, come on, man.
That would be great for the pandemic, though. You know, the New York will be buzzing. You know it.
Right. Super. That's why I can't wait till it all. You know, you can really tell when we really get out this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Serious.
Yeah.
That's when you see it. But I'm excited. I'm excited about NBA basketball, New York. I'm excited about New York basketball, Brooklyn. I love it, man. I love peak players competing, man.
Right.
That's what it's about.
So you heard it from my man Japhet McNeil. Right now, he over in Germany. He got a company called Combine Sports. You know what I'm saying? Tell him what you do with Combine. You saw he showed you the shorts. He got
So
hoodies.
We were talking to Knicks today. I had to throw in the gear today, man. I have the gear, and I don't want to. This is something that one of my sponsors has sent me. It's called Soul Hoodie. Mm-hmm. It's like you block out the noise, and this is just little gadgets I'll be having around. But my company, Combine Sports, I'm a trainer as well as a professional athlete. So with that said, I have also clothes and branding. And it goes all into one. And what I do is I train young youth pros, and that's what I do. I put on camps. I've been to Amsterdam. I take my show on the road. Just trying to touch and reach and give back to the culture that I learned. That culture, from New York City, trying to touch the world. So I feel like if you could change, these kids' lives and give them a different perspective on the game, it'll help them out so much more, because I wish I had a guy like me come in and give free game, and my clients, man, I have young clients that have a lot of talent that could be very good out here in Germany, and it goes forever. Pros that's coming home, guys that played in EuroLeague that's coming home that I got scheduled with, and we just gonna keep building, man.
Oh, so let me ask you.
I'm also continue to play professional because I got my German citizenship. So we just put the whole thing in a whole snowball, man, and just roll down that hill.
That's what's up, my brother. I see you out there, and like you said, like you doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. I'm always proud of my people from Brooklyn doing their thing. You know, so we stick together. We like one big family. You know what I'm saying? We all came up together.
I appreciate you, Derrick, for real. That's my guy, man.
So,
even when we played against each other at the ABA joint, you remember that? We played against Jersey Express.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I don't forget, bro.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's when I came back from Italy and started playing in the ABA. But
see, I was playing for Connecticut top ballers, and you was playing for Jersey Express.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. So tell the people out where they could find your clothing if they want to purchase some.
You could go to my link. You can subscribe at combine-sport.com.
Okay.
So once you see that, or you can follow me on Instagram at @Ja_McNeil10.
Okay.
You can follow me on Facebook. I'm Japhet McNeil. You can get the link is on Google. Everything, man. I'm easy to find, bro.
Because some of the Knicks fans out there might want some of those Knicks color shorts and stuff.
That's why I said, man, we got to see the Sprewell joints. We're gonna show them again, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a look at the back, man. They back to Jersey, bro.
Okay.
I'm just keep trying to, contribute to the culture, man.
All right, no
That's
doubt.
What it's about.
And what about, let's say, do you do virtual training? Like, what if somebody wanted you to teach them basketball?
I do.
All right.
I do. So on my IG page, you'll see some videos that I do every weekend.
Uh-huh.
And right now, I'm doing personal videos for my clients.
Okay.
So, right now it's personal, but on my website, I'm going to start a link where you can subscribe to the virtual training. And I really hope that this pandemic is over because I'm a hands-on guy, man. I want to be able to be hands-on, but if virtual training is the wave and that's what we have to go to be safe, then I'm for it. I'm all for just trying to help the player get better, So I do have virtual training, but right now I'm giving free game. It's free game for the virtual trainer. But if you're my personal client, then that's different.
Yeah.
But right now you can go on my Instagram page and see me working out, and it's dope. It's dope. I get a lot of feedback. A lot of players is loving it, and they're using it. I got a kid from Africa who emailed me and said, man, I don't have no trainer, but I've been using your whole template for the last month and a half. And that's what made me say, damn, this kid is in Ghana.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's come up in my spam.
Yeah.
I think it was a scam. Mm-hmm. But he really showed me videos of him doing the same drills I'm doing. And that's what it's about, man. You touching the world. That New York is going from Ghana to Italy to Argentina to Spain to Germany. And if that don't make you go, then I don't know what else do, man. What else could?
Yo, it's so funny you say that because somebody hit me up in my inbox just the other day, boy. I swear to God. From Ghana. It was a dude from Ghana. He was just like, yo, I watch your Knicksatnitetv TV page or whatever like that. He was just trying to talk, say, hey, what's up, man? He just wanted to have a regular conversation with me. Just be regular. And I'm just like, ain't nothing, bro. Everything is, he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to subscribe to your channel so I can catch the updates. So shout out to the people from Ghana, man. And the people like, that we touching and we don't even know that we touching them,
You don't even know. You'd be surprised who's watching. And that's what it's about for me, man, to keep going, pushing that culture forward, man.
Right, facts, man. Well, I appreciate you, my brother. Once again, this is Knicksatnitetv. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Check out my man Ja. Check out Combine Sports. You know what I'm saying? We out of here. Thank you, fellas, man.
And the New York Knicks have become the second number 8 team in NBA history to knock off a number 1.
to LA.